From the beginning, the story of man's fall and God's promise. Genesis chapter 3. In Eden, the Lord God planted a garden eastward, a place of life, light, and perfect harmony. Rivers flowed like crystal, and the air shimmered with divine calm. Adam and Eve walked together, clothed in glory, and the light of God surrounded them. In the heart of the garden stood two trees, the tree of life and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And God commanded, "Of every tree thou mayest freely eat, but of this one thou shalt not." Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord God had made. From the shadows it watched the woman with cunning eyes. Its voice was soft and smooth like the wind. And the woman said unto the serpent, "We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden. But of the fruit of the tree in the midst of the garden, God hath said, Ye shall not eat of it, lest ye die." And the serpent said unto the woman, "Ye shall not surely die. For God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil." When the woman saw that the tree was good for food and pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she reached forth her hand. She took of the fruit and did eat. Then she gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. Lo, and shaken. Then the eyes of them both were opened, and they knew that they were naked. And they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves coverings. And they heard the voice of the Lord God walking in the garden in the cool of the day. And Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord among the trees. Then the Lord God called unto Adam, and said, "Where art thou?" And he said, "I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked." And he said, "Who told thee that thou wast naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I commanded thee that thou shouldest not eat?" And the man said, "The woman whom thou gavest to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat." And the Lord God said unto the woman, "What is this that thou hast done?" And the woman said, "The serpent beguiled me, and I did eat." And the Lord God said unto the serpent, "Because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. And cursed is the ground for thy sake. In sorrow shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life. Thorns and thistles shall it bring forth to thee. For dust thou art, and unto dust shalt thou return. Yet in the midst of judgment, a seed of mercy was spoken. The offspring of the woman shall bruise the serpent's head. Unto Adam also and to his wife did the Lord God make coats of skins, and clothed them. And the Lord God said, Behold, the man is become as one of us, to know good and evil. And now, lest he take also of the tree of life, and live forever. So he drove out the man, and he placed at the east of the Garden of Eden cherubims, and a flaming sword which turned every way to keep the way of the tree of life. And Adam turned once more toward Eden, but the flame guarded the path. They walked into the unknown, and the earth wept with them. They found the earth barren and cold, yet life waited to begin anew. Adam built an altar and lifted his eyes to heaven, seeking forgiveness and guidance. Even as they toiled on the earth, the memory of Eden glowed within them, a promise that light would one day return. But sin had entered, and its shadow lay over the world like a veil. Adam tilled the earth with his hands, and Eve gathered from the wild. Thus began the days of toil and hope. That night they looked to the heavens, where countless stars burned with the memory of creation. Dawn broke, and the earth breathed again. Hope, though small, began to stir within their hearts. In quiet moments, they remembered the garden, the light, the peace, and the voice that once walked with them. Though cast out, mankind was not forgotten, for redemption would one day bloom from their seed. And the memory of Eden remained, a whisper of what was lost, and a promise of what shall one day be restored.